Hey you guys, what's up YouTube? I'm gonna make this video extremely short. I just wanted to go ahead and come to you with this video about my first OB appointment. I hate to wait to Friday because it may be something I may forget to put in the video, so while it's still fresh, I'm going to tell you now. Actually, this appointment was yesterday. After everything they had me do, I was like extremely tired, I think, from all the blood they drawn. I just didn't feel like doing a video and talking about it yesterday, but yeah, like I said, since I remember stuff today, of course, since it was just yesterday, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. So basically at the first OB appointment, as with any appointment, they're gonna always get your vital signs, they're gonna get your weight and all that good stuff. Of course, you got to do a urine sample. That's just protocol, I guess, for triage processes. So anyway, when my doctor comes to the room, basically he was talking about like family history as far as diseases, you know, like anyone in their family have sugar, diabetes, just different stuff. I did have 2 C-sections with my first 2 children. So of course he's like, you know, Sheila, since you had 2 C-sections before, you're gonna more than likely have to have a C-section this time. So I was like, oh God, doctor, I really don't feel like talking about this because that's not something I was really wanting. It's nothing I was looking forward to. I really wanted to try to have a VBAC, which is basically just a vaginal birth after a C-section. But since I've had 2, like he said, they may have to schedule this delivery. Well, we didn't talk about it a lot there because I'm not feeling that. That's not nothing I wanted. But if that has to happen, then that's just what it is. He said something about the rupture and all this, that, to the third. But, you know, I'm not trying to hear it because I've heard about women having a vaginal birth after 2 C-sections before. So I feel like it's possible, but I understand when I'm under the pressure, in that pain in that labor room, I'm gonna probably be like, yo, take this. Like, I can't deal. Like, I'm not good with pain. I'm just not. I'm not that chick. So, the only thing I really don't want to do, which I haven't told my doctor, is I really don't want to do a schedule of a C-section. I just want, how can I say this? Because this is how I feel. I'll just like for my water to break when it's that time and I go into labor by myself. If I end up having to have a C-section, they're like, yo, well, since it's broken, your water broke, whatever you hear now, we're going to go ahead and make this happen. Then I might be like, okay, but I just don't want to, I don't want them to pick the birthday for me. They did that with my last youngin'. They said I was overdue, so they took me in that Friday morning. I had to be there at like 5 o'clock in the morning. He came in and induced me. Of course, that means he broke my water, and all hell broke loose then. Ooh. I don't want to go through that again, because the first time my water broke, I didn't hurt like that. I mean, of course, I started hurting eventually, but at the beginning, I didn't hurt like that. Honestly, I don't want to go through that again. Like, I just rather for this baby to say, okay, it's time. I'm ready now. Like, that's what I want. So, that's what I may tell them. They don't need to schedule in it because I'm not going to come. When my water break, that's when I'm going to the hospital. If you want to put me in the operating room, then got to do what we got to do. But I would like to try. I feel like, yes, he's my doctor. Okay. So he knows all the medical stuff. But I still feel like, as a woman, I should still have that choice. Like, I know the risks associated with it. But, I mean, if something was to go wrong, they can rush me to the operating room. I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, he allowed me to try it the last time. I didn't get past 2 centimeters. And after, you know, hurting from like 5 something that morning to 3 something that evening, going on almost 12 hours, I'm still at 2 centimeters. Okay, yeah, let's get this done. So I had to have a C-section, but who knows, if I would have went into labor by myself, maybe that wouldn't have happened. But that's all history now. So, you know, we got 8 more months to, or I have 8 more months to figure out what I'm going to do. So, you know, we'll get to that when we get to it. So, basically, like I said, it was basically a lot of tests. I had to go to the lab. Also, if you've been watching my videos, you know from last week or either week before last, I asked his nurse if she can write me some prenatal vitamins. And she was like, oh, we don't write them anymore because they sell them in the store. And like I told her, I said, well, they were selling them in the store the last time, but y'all still wrote me a prescription. And she was like, well, we don't do that anymore. So when she was in the room yesterday, and it was just the doctor and I said, I asked my doctor, I said, is this the appointment where you write me prenatal vitamins? He was like, well, if that's what you want me to do, I said I would appreciate it. Because, you know, like I pay for my insurance. So with that being stated, like, since I'm paying for insurance on my job, it's helping pay for this doctor's bill. Why can't you write me a prescription and my insurance can help me pay for my prenatal vitamins? So he wrote me a prescription. So that's what's up. So I didn't have to pay for them because my insurance covered it. Because if you see my video the other day, you seen where I actually had to pay for some and it came in the middle of the day because that nurse claimed they don't write it anymore. But anyway, that's a PRN type of prescription. So that's as needed for a year. So I'm good. Let's see what else. I got an ultrasound. 6 weeks, 4 days. The lady was like, yeah, you're a little over 6 weeks. So she couldn't tell the days. But according to the EDD, which is May 13, 2016, that's where I'm at. 6 weeks, 4 days. Excuse me. So she was like, it looked about right to her for what they was calculating from my last menstrual cycle on last month. Let me think. Like I said, if you have any questions or if I missed something in the video, just let me know. So basically that was it. He asked a trillion questions about family history, last pregnancies, just you know, a bunch of questions. They took like 8 tubes of blood at the lab. I mean, like 8 tubes. After it was over, I just felt weak. I felt weak the rest of the day. Like, I felt like she sucked my life out. But anyway, I want to show you my ultrasound picture. And this is, like I said, 6 weeks and 4 days. So, of course, it's extremely small, but that's my first picture. If you watch my previous videos, you would have seen where I was actually at the hospital Thursday night. So I told y'all on that video, that's when I seen the baby for the first time, because I actually seen the heart beating. Now, at the other hospital I went to, but now when I went to the OB office, I didn't see no heartbeat, but the lady showed me like where the heart was beating at, but I couldn't see it jumping like I did on the other ultrasound. But at the hospital I went to the other night, they had like a real big ultrasound machine, and she like really blew it up really, really good, and I could see it. But this ultrasound tech yesterday, she seen it beating, and she showed me the line, so that's all that matters. I still haven't got sick since last week. I never threw up. I was just real nauseated all the time. I didn't really have, what you say, a big appetite until I got my prenatal vitamins in the middle of the day. And after I started taking my prenatal vitamins, I seemed to be hungry a lot more. So, I mean, of course, with that being said, I just have to make sure to still eat healthy as possible. You know, I ain't trying to gain 20 pounds in the first trimester, because that would just be terrible. But, yeah, I think that's it for this video. Just like I said, it was going to be short. It's still about 10 minutes long, sorry. But yeah, so basically the first OB appointment, it was extremely long. I got there about 9, and I finished up everything I had to do for yesterday around 12 something. I mean, it was long with all the questions, all the tests. Oh, I had to get a pap smear. Had to check, I guess, feeling the ovaries and stuff, like he did all that. My stomach cramped for like an hour after that. Yeah. Let's see what else. He felt on my stomach. He had to check my boobs. It almost felt like a breast exam, like, you know, how they do every pap smear type situation. So yeah, that's basically everything that happened. So I guess, you know, for right now, I'll only be going on a monthly basis until I get a lot further along, then I'll be going like every 2 weeks. Then when you get to the final dates, it's once a week. Let's see what else. I think that's it, you guys. So everything went pretty good. After he did my pap smear and stuff like that, he said everything seemed to be pretty good to him. Pretty sure by now my blood work has come back, and I didn't get any call today about nothing be wrong with the baby or nothing like that. So then again, maybe they'll just give my results next month. But if anything's wrong, of course, they're not going to wait a whole month and, you know, let me know something. But he said to him everything looked pretty good. So yeah, I think that's it. And I told y'all about me buying this book so I could keep up with stuff daily. I'm just not good with writing stuff down, but I've got to do better. I really do. That's why, like, when I go on my weight loss journey, I don't do them type of diets where you got to keep up with calories, you got to write down all this stuff down, because I'm not good with tracking stuff. But I'm trying to get better at trying to remember to put down stuff daily in my book. But yeah, thank you for watching, and like I said, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. Have a blessed night, morning, whatever time zone you're in.